Question number 10. Find quadratic equation such that its roots are square of sum of the roots and square of difference of the roots of the equation this. Now, if you ask me, this is a tough question. Uh, you should only try to do this question if your algebra basics are very clear. And if you are not able to do this question, I don't think so you should worry much, because this is usually not the kind of question which would be asked in the exam. But still, there is a question and we have to solve it. So let's go ahead. I'll try to make it as easy as is possible, with a fair warning that it's a difficult question. And please do this only if your algebra basics are good. And even if you are not able to do it, please don't take undue tension. Usually these kind of questions are not asked in the exam. So let's start. So the first thing that we need to understand is that find quadratic equation. The first thing that we need to understand is that we have to formulate a quadratic equation. This is the first thing that we need to understand. Now, how do we formulate a quadratic equation? So let me say that I want to form a quadratic equation whose two roots are a and b. Now you know that a quadratic equation is written as x square minus sum of roots into x plus product of roots is equal to 0. So this is our standard way of forming a quadratic equation. So for example, if I have given roots 3 and 4, so the equation will be x square minus sum of roots 3 plus 4x plus 3 into 4 is equal to 0. So x square minus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0. So this is a simple example to explain it to you that how do we form a quadratic equation if given roots are there. Now coming back to the question, we are asking find quadratic equation. Now if I have to find a quadratic equation, then I understand that it will look something like this. Sum of roots plus product of roots is equal to 0. I assume the roots are a and b. Then this is how the equation will look like. X square minus a plus b into x plus a into b is equal to 0. So this is how the equation will look like if a and b are the roots of this equation. But then what are the conditions for a and b? How do we find a and b? How do we find the roots of the equation? Roots of the equation. Now for finding this a and b, they have given us few conditions, and these conditions will help us formulate this equation. It will help us formulate a plus b, find a plus b. It will help us find a cross b. Now let's look at those conditions, and those conditions maybe we'll have to reread this twice or thrice to understand. So such that its roots, which we have assumed to be a and b, capital A and capital B, roots are square of sum of the roots and square of difference of the roots of equation this. Now you can read it twice or thrice, but let me tell you what are they trying to tell you. They are trying to tell you that there is the equation 2x square. There is the equation 2x square plus 2p plus q plus 2p plus q x plus p square plus q square plus p square plus q square is equal to 0. So there is some quadratic equation which is given to us, and the roots of the equation which we have to formulate. Basically this is the equation that we have to formulate. The roots of this equation are related to the roots of the quadratic equation which is given to us. I hope this is making sense. Or you can rewind the video and understand what I'm trying to say. Now what I presume is that let alpha and beta be roots of this equation. Roots of this equation. So we know that alpha plus beta would be equal to minus 2 minus b upon a, and alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. Now this is what I know. I hope you know this, that if you have an equation like this, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, and alpha and beta be the roots of this equation, then alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a, and alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. See, this is a formula which is given in the textbook, so you should know this formula. And the another formula that we have discussed above is x square minus sum of roots plus product of roots. So these are two important formulas that you should know. Separate questions based on these questions are also asked. So let's revise what we have done till now. See, find quadratic equation. We have to formulate a quadratic equation, okay, such that its roots. Of course, if we have to formulate a quadratic equation, we require the roots. Now, the equation which we have to find, the condition of the roots of the equation that we have to find, from here to here, its roots are square of sum of the roots and square of difference of the roots. So in these line, in this part of the line, they are giving us the condition which will satisfy the quadratic equation that we have to formulate. And please remember that the quadratic equation that we have to formulate, we have assumed the roots to be a and b. Please remember that. And then in the last part of the word problem, they have given us some equation whose roots we have assumed to be alpha and beta. And now we are trying to find the values of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta, because that will lead us to this condition. And I am not intentionally discussing this condition now, because otherwise the things will become very confusing. So what I'll right now focus on is I'll try to find the value of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta, and then finally once we have found this, then we will come to this. Yeah. So now alpha plus beta is equal to minus 2 p plus q upon 2. This is b. So minus b would be this. This is a. So minus b upon a. Alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. We have found the value of alpha plus beta, and we have found the value of alpha into beta. Okay. Now let's revisit the question. Now what we'll do is we'll try to understand this part of the line which I have told you that I have ignored. Find quadratic equation such that its roots are square of sum of the roots and square of difference of the roots of this equation. So basically, if the condition that is given for this, the roots of this equation is that its roots are square of sum of the roots and square of difference of the roots of this equation. So value of a, the first root of the equation we want, will be equal to alpha plus beta whole square, and value of b would be alpha minus beta whole square. I hope this is clear. If it is not clear, let's look at this again. Find quadratic equations such that its roots, that is a and b, are square of sum of the roots, alpha sum of the roots, alpha plus beta whole square, and square of difference of the roots, alpha minus beta whole square, where alpha and beta are roots of this equation. Alpha and beta are roots of this equation. And please remember that alpha plus beta whole square we have found here. We require alpha minus beta. Alpha minus beta we'll have to calculate. And let's start doing it. So alpha plus beta, I have the value of alpha plus beta. I have the value of alpha into beta. I require the value of alpha minus beta. Alpha minus beta would be equal to alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. So I'll have to calculate the value of this expression and I'll get the value of alpha minus beta, whatever be the value. So I hope you are with me till now. We have to form an equation. There is an equation which is given to us. The equation we have to formulate. The roots of this equation that we need to formulate are related to the roots of the equation that is given to us. The roots of the equation that we need to formulate, we have assumed that to be capital A and capital B. The roots of the quadratic equation that is given to us, its roots we have assumed to be alpha and beta. We have found the value of alpha plus beta. We are trying to find, and we will find the value of alpha minus beta. Now, for the equation that we have to find, the capital A is alpha plus beta whole square, and capital B is alpha minus beta whole square. So A and B are the roots of the quadratic equation that we have to found. I hope it is very clear to you till now. Now let's look at the solution. So, as I have told you, alpha plus beta, its value is this, minus b plus q. Alpha and beta, its value is this. We don't require actually alpha beta. We only require alpha beta because alpha into beta will help us find the value of alpha minus beta. Will help us find the value of alpha minus beta. So alpha minus beta whole square is equal to alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. We solve this, we put the value of alpha plus beta here. Alpha plus beta, this value, we have put it here. And 4 alpha beta, value of alpha into beta, we have put there, we have put it here. We have put it here. Okay. So we solve this, we find the value of alpha minus beta whole square. See, there is some manipulation which is required, and that is why I was trying to tell you that, this is a bit tough question. But finally, we find the value of alpha minus beta whole square to be minus p minus q whole square. You can look at this calculation. If there is any doubt in the calculation, please comment below. I'll be glad to help you out. But this is the value of alpha minus beta whole square that we have found, and that is equal to minus p minus q whole square. Now, as I have discussed before, see the value of as we discussed here. Where did we write it? Yeah, I think we put it here. Yeah, the value of A is alpha plus beta whole square. So the value of A I have found. The value of A is I have found because value of A is alpha plus beta whole square, and alpha plus beta whole square was very easy to find because alpha plus beta whole square I found it from here. Alpha plus beta is minus b upon a, so p plus q whole square. So this is the value of A that I found. This is the value of A that I found. And now I want to find the value of B. Value of B is alpha minus beta whole square. It is alpha minus beta whole square. And I have calculated that the value of alpha minus beta whole square is equal to minus p minus q whole square. So this is the value of capital B I have found. So now I have the value of A, I have value of B, and now I'll form my equation which is being asked. So equation which is being asked is x square minus a plus bx plus ab. A plus b is sum, ab is the product. So basically I have to find the value of a plus b now, and I have to find the value of ab now. So a plus b, if you look at a, b, so a plus b, p plus q whole square minus p minus q whole square. So this is the value of p plus q whole square minus p minus q whole square. If you calculate this, you will have to use the expansion of a plus b whole square, a minus b whole square, and finally you will find the value of a plus b as 4pq. And a into b would be this value of A multiplied by this value of B. Now the interesting thing which happens is, one manipulation that you'll have to do is that you take this minus outside. This minus goes outside. This is P plus Q whole square multiplied by P minus Q whole square. So I use the square brackets, and see, this is A plus B multiplied by A minus B. So this would be equal to A square minus B square, and this whole square would be outside. So the value of A into B also I have found to be minus P square minus Q square whole square. And now I have the value of A plus B, I have the value of A into B, and this is the required value. This is the required equation. This is the required equation which was being asked. X square minus 4px, this plus and minus will become minus p square minus q square whole square is equal to 0. So this is my final answer. Now, as told before, as you can see, there is a lot of manipulation which is required, which is being used, algebraic manipulation which is being used, and frankly it's not very easy for some of the students. So what I'll request is that if you are facing any difficulty, please feel free to comment below. I'll be glad to help you out. And this is one of the, I think this would be one of the most difficult question in the chapter. So, and I hope my explanation is useful for you. And let's move ahead.